Time now for What's Hot, where we talk about the stories that have us all talking.
Jeff Wagner's back, and we're also joined by Tracy Johnson from Temple, Milwaukee. So, Supreme Court is meeting today for its last scheduled session before summer vacation, but it still has 11 cases to resolve. We're still waiting on an opinion on a case involving gay marriage. The High Court will soon rule on the Defense of Marriage Act. Are they going to be able to get all this in?
Oh, yeah, well, they have to get all this in. But I think my prediction, and look, and you can go broke trying to guess what the Supreme Court is going to do. Their ruling on the Affordable Health Care Act proved that. Today they took affirmative action and they pretty much punted it. A lot of people thought they were either going to uphold or strike down affirmative action. What they did is they sent it back to the trial court with a new standard, which means 3 or 4 years from now they'll be doing with the same issue. I think on these other questions, the gay marriage situation and also the voting rights issues, I think you're going to look for narrow decisions as opposed to broad decisions. That seems to be where the Roberts Court is going.
Well, I think this court has huge responsibility, huge opportunity, I think, to really add some clarity in how they explain these decisions. I mean, these are the issues that divide our country. And I think about the protests in California and Minneapolis. I mean, you think about these issues and what the opportunity that we have in just a few short days.
Well, Jeff, is this a court that's, I don't want to say afraid, but reluctant to set precedent?
I don't know it's so much that. I think it reflects the Chief Justice, Justice Roberts, who seems to be a consensus builder. Today's decision was 7-1 to sort of kick the decision down the road. You saw this, again, he wrote the Affordable Health Care Act decision. He sided with what you would say was the liberal 4 justices. I don't know that he wants to rock the boat. I think he's a consensus builder.
It is now time for What's Hot.
Again, we've got Tracy Johnson here this Monday, and as always, Jeff Wagner from News Radio 620 WTMJ. 75% of Americans, believe it or not, living paycheck to paycheck. Bankrate.com conducted the study. Most of that 75% say they don't have enough money in the bank to cover 6 months of expenses in case of a financial emergency. If that is their definition of paycheck to paycheck, having a 6-month bank, I understand why it's 75%. That's a lot of money for a lot of people with the economy where it's been.
And I don't think that this necessarily surprises me because of what's happened with the economy.
Right. And I guess I'm a little bit curious about how you're going to define that as well, because I mean the question is, do people have access to money from other perspectives? I mean, how would you be able to do this? Would you really be out on the street? That said, there is no question that I think we're heading for a financial train wreck coming up as baby boomers get ready to retire. I mean, people have to save. You got to take responsibility, because even if Social Security is there, it's not going to allow people to live like they'd like. So we're heading for a crisis.
We just have not recovered. I mean, even though some of the indicators are pointing up. And the other thing you mentioned about the boomers is not all retirements are created equally. And I think we've set this standard, and you see our society, we have so much forgiveness for people that don't take responsibility, and I think that's just going to perpetuate as we see these people retire, those people who haven't saved, those people who had to spend everything just to survive the financial downfall of the past few years. I'm with you. What's going to happen?
I don't think there's going to be any preparation for the train wreck. It's just going to be like, it crashed, we're in it.
Right. Help it, bail us out.
Nothing to divert it, right.
Another QE, quantitative easing, something.
Line your mattress with 20s.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Twinkies. That is our third topic. Lovers of Twinkies have a twinkle in their eye. The super sweet sponge cakes, they're coming back. You'll be able to get your sugar rush next month, July 15th. In case you're counting the days, Hostess went bankrupt last year, but expects to have Twinkies and other treats back on store shelves. All's right with the world now, man. We got Twinkies. Okay,
well, just so people understand, they're going to be called Hostess Twinkies, but Hostess doesn't make them anymore.
Who cares? They're still Twinkies.
Okay, well, all right. Here's what we're going to have to mark the tape on. Now, part of the reason, one of the many reasons that Hostess was having problems is people weren't buying Twinkies anymore because they're buying other stuff. Here is my prediction. Yes, there will be a big rush July 15th. July 15th, 2014, though, I think Twinkie sales are going to be back down to where they were.
It'll be like a Twinkie conundrum.
But I think they reset. I mean, I think they reset. I mean, this company had something like 18,000 employees. I mean, as
a lot
it was
of labor costs.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've reset.
I don't think it's Twinkie's fault. I think it's the company really didn't look at changing times and make accommodations.
If you can't make money off a Twinkie, you don't deserve to have any money.
I just think America, and I understand this is sacrilege, I think America has kind of outgrown Twinkies. You've got lots of people who are looking for help. And look, I love Twinkies, but people, when was seriously the last time you had a Twinkie before this? Seriously.
Yeah, truth be told, it's been like years.
Yeah,
well,
seriously.
I mean, but we've outgrown Twinkies, okay? My 3-year-old son is going to love this.
Will you let him eat them?
And you're going to let him eat them?
Once in a while.
You know,
if my husband's watching.
You're right, Tracy. I don't crave Twinkies anymore. I'm craving a cronut right about now.
A who?
A cronut. We'll talk about this some other day. Google it.
Cronut.
Cronut.
Sounds like a donut something.
You're on the right track.
Stay tuned. We'll tell you.